This really just proves that you cannot make everybody happy. It's impossible. Literally impossible. Like, oh my god, how are you complaining about these things? And why are these complaints? Holy shit. So, Xbox, Microsoft just released a trailer for the remaster of the original Halo Combat Evolved. And in that trailer, it showed the first cutscene being a actual cinematic view opposed to just being a first-person view. I don't know if it's pre-rendered or it's actually in engine, but it shows that, and then obviously it shows all the upgrades for the game, and I think it looks fantastic. It does what a remake should do. If it's a ground-up remake, it takes the game and makes it quality for modern players at the time of said remake. It's not going to be one-to-one. It's going to have upgrades and it's going to have changes, because if they want to do a one-to-one, they just re-released a remaster and call it a day. They could have easily just done that, but instead they wanted to do something different with it. The dumbest kind of complaints is very specific aesthetic choices. Not because it looks bad, they will even say it looks better, because in some cases it's like, the needler looks too good. Why does it look this good? It doesn't look like how I remember it, because it's a remake. It's a full-blown remake. Things are gonna look different. Like, graphics are gonna look like they are modern. So if we're talking just aesthetically, like, it looks fine. It looks great. It looks modern. Like, that's what a remake is supposed to do. There are also quality of life changes mechanically in the game too. You got the option to sprint, which allegedly you could toggle in the settings. But thinking that a modern FPS would not have sprint just to protect your nostalgia, the sanctity of the game, is dumb. Could think that yes, the original Halo was built around not having sprinting, and you'll like the idea of not sprinting. I know Chris Raygun made a whole video about why not sprinting was good for the original Halo games. But if you expect to bring in a new audience into this game with a remake, and also quality of life improvements for older audience that might actually like a sprint button, because I know I would, then you're gonna add the sprint button, and having a toggle on or off would also be fantastic for those who are really clamoring for that old style controls. And I almost guarantee you aiming is going to be done with the left trigger / L2, and shooting is going to be with the right trigger instead of aiming being with the right stick. That's how the controls are going to work. But I'm sure they're going to have a classic control option in the control settings if you want to change it back to classic, if you are really clamoring for that OG style. Like, it's a remake. Things are going to be different. And remakes are usually different in very radical ways. You could have a remake like Crash Bandicoot, the Insane Trilogy, and have just minor improvements, taking things from future games, putting it into the past, you know, like what they're doing fucking here. Or you could have a remake like the Final Fantasy VII remake, where it's essentially, as, you know, if Final Fantasy was made today, what would it be? It's not a one-to-one remake, not even close. It's technically a sequel because of the time travel. Like, it's actually how they changed the story up, but it's still fundamentally the story of Final Fantasy VII. But gameplay is completely different. Traversing the world is completely different. Everything's has the identity of 7, but is as if it was made today. Like, there are one-to-one remakes, like Spyro, that are really good, and it's great. There's slight quality of life improvements with this Halo remake, and it looks like they're gonna keep the sanctity of the game intact. It looks like they're gonna keep the levels the same, the story the same, just as if it was made today. Like Pac-Man World 2. The Pac-Man World 2 fans love Pac-Man World 2. It's one of the greatest remakes it's being hauled as, right? They've made changes to that game. Pac-Land is fundamentally different. How you traverse the world is different, because instead of it being one giant line all the way around, which I liked better, personally, they made it easier for you to go from world to world, going from gates in the main hub area. So instead of, oh well, I have to get back to this level, let's travel all the way through. Even though to me, I like the idea of the adventure opposed to just branching paths in the town. But I get why they did it. I get that it's easier for modern players and it's more modernized to do it that way. And they added costumes that you could unlock, which wasn't in the original. The bosses are completely different outside of the first boss. They are completely different. And even Spooky himself is fought very differently. And yet, people love it. So why are the Xbox fans looking at the Needler and being like, it doesn't look exactly like how I like it to look, so it's bad and this remake is bad? Like, imagine if people complained about the Ocarina of Time 3D remake in the same way as Xbox Halo fans are complaining about the Halo remake. Like, no, I don't want the Iron Boots to be equipable items to make it easier. I want to have to press start, scroll over to the Iron Boots, put them on, go down, walk a little bit, and then take them, press start and take them off and unpress start again. And do that about 50 times in the Water Temple. Because that's how it's meant to be played. Like, that's how you fucking sound. Like, you could have opinions on it, even though it's just a teaser trailer, but you could have opinions. Like Master Chief looks a little bit too shiny because you don't like how the light engine works or whatever. Like, whatever. But to complain that there is modern quality of life changes to the game, and they're modernizing how it's played, is dumb. If you really want the true experience, just go play the Anniversary Edition. It's still on the Xbox store. You could download it right now. And you could download it on PC through the Xbox app. I've done it. I played Halo on my PC. You could do that. The remake is not for you. The remake is not for the people who want the experience to be one-to-one. A remake is to modernize the game for a new audience and to give old audience something fresh and to replay it as if they're replaying it for the first time. If you really care about it to be a one-to-one remake, then play a remaster. That's all I really have to say about it. Like, Xbox fans are being completely insufferable with this, and really, it's a non-issue. Also, it's on PlayStation. I forgot to mention that fact, that Xbox fans are either being like, this is not supposed to be on PlayStation, why is it on PlayStation? Which, I agree, if Xbox wanted to have any sort of reason for people to buy an Xbox, keeping the exclusives on the platform would make sense, but cool, PlayStation users now get to play the Master Chief Collection if they don't have an Xbox. Or they're just making dumb rage-baiting jokes about it, saying like, oh, well, now PlayStation finally gets to have a good game. Even though most games, I don't give a shit about award shows, but most games that win awards tend to be on a Nintendo or PlayStation platform exclusively, or at least timed exclusive. It is rare that an Xbox exclusive gets to be on that list of the greatest of all time. Halo is an exception to that when it came out. But to think that PlayStation has no good games, even though for 30 years their exclusives sold, going from Spyro to Crash to then Jak and Daxter and God of War and Ratchet and Clank, and they have these IPs that are powerhouses, and Xbox fans think they don't. Like, I don't get this console war shit. Like, Xbox does have good games. I was ecstatic when they opened up Xbox games to PC, because then I could play Sunset Overdrive, because Sunset Overdrive looked like a fantastic game, and it's by Insomniac, which they don't make bad games. But I'm not going to stop myself from playing good games just because brand loyalty, and I'm not going to shit on things that don't deserve to be shat on. I'm just going to call them as I see them, and I see Xbox is not making shit to the point where they have to put their stuff on other consoles because their motto, their business plans aren't working out for them. So yeah, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more from me, subscribe. If you want to see even more, check out the links down below. And until next time, bye.